Quietly now, we're approaching the tee at number 1 at the Diplo Club Campo de Golf in Havana. Why I'm talking like this, I'm not sure. After all, this isn't exactly a tournament staging area. This is what used to be called the British Rovers Club, the property of the British Embassy, even well after the Revolution, until it was finally nationalized in 1980. It is now the playground of international diplomats and their guests. Diplo Club is one of only 2 courses in all of Cuba, the other at Varadero, about 90 miles away, where a good, sharp hook shot will land you on one of the island's most beautiful beaches, Varadero Beach. But I digress. Meanwhile, back in Havana.
Now, while the course is nice, let's face it, Havana's never going to be a stop on the PGA Tour, but that doesn't prevent certain American reporters from analyzing the course much as they would in the United States. So with that in mind, let's move from the second tee, where I'm standing, over to Craig Sager, who's over on the 6th green. Cuatro!
Gracias. This is a 397 Pablo! The difficult part about Cuban golf is putting. They do not have any lush Bermuda grass. They have what's called Acapulco grass, which is nothing more than a fancy term for Cuban kudzu. But upholding the tradition of the Revolution, it's military putting. It breaks left, right, left, right. I need this for a parejito. Que lástima. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks, Craig. At least you're still on the green. You know, I find it interesting that though there are only 2 golf courses in all of Cuba, there are no big crowds. And it's not that they don't understand the game. In fact, from the U.S. to Cuba, the game's the same. It's just that the terminology's different.
As on any course, the object here is to stay on the media del calle in an effort to get to the verde in as few strokes as possible. That's tough to do sometimes on a hole that features a pata de perro, especially when you have a plátano slice, as I do. And of course, regardless of what country you're playing in, tramposos never win.
Now, if your game's not up to par, you won't collect any pajaritos. And if you're looking for an hoyo en uno, no me mires.
A 2-lane bowling alley is part of the Diplo Club, as is tennis and swimming, but it's the 18 holes of golf that makes it unique in all the land. Locals can't play here since not only is it for diplomats, but it's illegal for locals to own American dollars, 30 of which are required to play. But even outsiders who are allowed on the course don't always understand money does not a golfer make.
Questa è la pallina di Paul Ryder. Non ci riesco, sono sulla